Hey guys, we are back. So I'm going to say today officially back from our home away from home, let's say Miami Beach. We love it down there. Had a great boot camp, had a great volatility boot camp for those of you who stayed after the 4 days of boot camp and managed to load up on the super vol stuff. Today's a good day to be practicing what we were talking about. So we're going to talk about that in a second. That was all great. It was really great meeting a ton of you at the Traders Expo. We're going to get you everything that we promised you at the expo here this afternoon, and probably get you a phone call and talk to you about what it is that we can do together and what we can do for you. So with all that in mind, let's take a look at what's going on today, because today has been sort of a sideways choppy trading day, and it's really now that the markets are starting to move in some kind of a predictable manner. And I think that it warrants taking a look at what the strategy will be for the afternoon. Let's have a look right now. So here's the charts. And what you see here is price action this morning. So, we had a nice bump on the open that looked like it was probably going to fade. And that's exactly what it did. And the reason I say that is it opened in line with the Friday close, or the Friday sort of the high of the closing range, and then made one of those spike moves. When you get this kind of a thing right on the open up to overhead resistance, the first resistance, then you can usually bet that the follow-up move to that is going to be back down into the range, and usually an attempt to close up some of the gap, some of that window from the prior session. So this is all to be expected, given back a little bit after what was a really good week for the markets. And as I said, we are sort of back, and I like to not climb right into a Ferrari when I'm getting back to trading. So I've been focusing on keeping things manageable, keeping things a little bit slower, and focusing on the scalps, because if you're looking for the swing moves, today was not really a super predictable kind of a session. So we've had some nice scalp moves. So if you were at the Super Vol event in Miami Beach, it's been exactly what we were trading there most of the session. So most of the day today has been about waiting for these pops into ranges that happen to then overlap with support and resistance thresholds that we found in earlier trading. So there's been lots of opportunity here for reversals back down and into the average, right, into the mean, so trying to get a mean reversion. Right now we've got a move that if you're on it, if you were focused on that discipline of scalping, or the discipline of following the order flow that we were talking about last Wednesday, I guess it was, right, or Thursday, then you should have seen this move higher that was back to the average. So that's not really predictive of anything in terms of your 2SDs, but it is predictive because you had this anchored VWAP of the downward move that we had. Right, so that's to that orange line, and then you also had lots and lots of good opportunity to just focus on what was going on with order flow. And it looks like right now what we're getting is that for you guys who are looking at the Trader Insight clock, right, you're looking at one of our S&P reversal times, and we are getting the reversal sort of by the numbers this morning. So let's see. We're coming down through and making an expansion move into our sort of the geometric progression that we're looking for. So we're seeing a move down through those fib expansions. I don't know that we're going to see a move that gets back up and retraces into higher level support and resistance, but I will look, I'll tell you, for a move back from the pivot that gets up into this threshold level right here, gets us close to these volume by price levels, and maybe, just maybe, a move that gets a little bit higher into these lows, because right now the trend definitely lower. All right, so I'm going to focus on the downside for a while. I'm going to focus on the short side of the market. Triple Qs are going to be the easier route to go in terms of sort of locking down the slippage and avoiding, some adverse excursions on entries. If you can enter on the NQ, then I would say probably want to focus on using limit orders to get in and out of that market. All right, so that's a mouthful. I'm back, but we are jet lagged as you can probably tell. So maybe not as exuberant as I should be given this big fall off that we're seeing here, but I'm going to go in, like I said, and I'm going to look for opportunities on the QQQ to find entries and exits that rack up some nice little profits. And we will be back tomorrow in the first hour trading pit looking for those opening gaps and all those great trades in the super caps and in the triple Qs and the NQ. All right, have a great trading day, and I will see everybody later. Take care.